Okay, so once you have gathered up all of your 5 requirements, the things that you have to have, then you're going to want to start gluing them onto your sketchbook cover. Now, I want to introduce a word to you. Maybe you've heard it before, but it is the word composition. In art land, composition is how your things are arranged on your work of art. If you are a sculptor, your composition is the way that you build your sculpture. If you're a painter, your composition is how you paint on the things that you're drawing. And for us, since we are doing a collage, our composition is how we arrange the different cut out elements on our collage. Right now, I have my elements that I have cut out just grouped together based on the requirements. I want for your collage composition to be more interactive and more nice to look at, for lack of a better word. So I'm just gonna kind of speed up the next part of this video and show you how I'm going to arrange some of these things, just so that so they're not all grouped together. I don't have all of my word triangles here and my circles here and my colors here. I want it to really work with my paper, and all of the things kind of interact together so that I have a really nice composition. Aside from the required things that you have to have for your collage, I would also like for you to cut out other things that you see in those magazines that you like, that you might want to put in your collage. These are just things that maybe you're drawn to. I obviously am drawn to this rainbow. I liked the text, adventurous, creative. So I'm also going to be adding some things that were not on our required list to help fill up my space and kind of give it a background. So I'm going to use these things along with the required parts of our scavenger hunt to make my composition look as best as I can. So here we go. So that was just one way that I can arrange my elements that I cut out, my little pieces. There's not a right or a wrong way, but you really want all your pieces to kind of work together. A big keyword also when you're working with collage composition is overlapping. We definitely want overlapping. Like here, none of these things are overlapping. They're all very isolated and spaced out. On your collage, when you have all of your pieces together, you want your things to overlap. It's going to be really helpful to cut out other things, kind of like how I showed you. I had some extra things cut out that weren't a part of the requirements, just to kind of add some more space. And I also picked things that were okay to be overlapped. Like I wouldn't want to put something like smack on top of one of my favorite foods, but having it kind of on these little fruits, you can still see the picture behind it, but then you can also read the word. So I really like the way that looks together. So think about how you want your composition. Definitely don't glue anything until you have everything arranged and you like it. Once you do have all of your pieces arranged in your composition, you will start to glue your pieces, and you want to glue the things that are in the background first, obviously. So I would probably just have to move carefully the things that are on top, then get my background piece, add some glue to that, and then stick it where I want it, and then work on putting those things that were overlapping on top back on there with glue. All right, so I got all my things glued down, and the last thing I will say is when you are gluing these things, especially your teeny little pieces, you really don't need a bunch of glue, just a little bit to get it to stick, because we are gonna add that clear packaging tape over everything. So even if some pieces are kind of sticking up, as long as it's stuck down there for the time being, when we put that clear tape over it, it won't move at all.